Live today. All right, see, let's see if we can make this happen every single Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we're gonna most likely be doing a dissecting or analysis of two ASINs and see how we can improve them and see what the CVR is. That's what Miss Day's in the background who's dancing and Miss Emily who's taking control of the stage are gonna be the ones that help us with that. My name is Rafael. I'm the founder of Share Studio. We've been doing Amazon optimization, e-commerce optimization for the past 8 years. With me is Andrew Pernia. He is the CEO and founder of Jungleclick. I've been working with Andrew for the past, I don't know, 5 years. Andrew manages more than $10 million in years in ad spend, I think, something like that. Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
He's done great things, and I think we should. I think we're wearing the same shirt almost. It's kind of creepy though.
Yeah, is yours gray or blue? Light blue.
No, it's bluish. It's bluish.
Oh yeah, mine too. Yeah.
Oh,
we are.
we're gonna go sing salsa, bro, because we're from Latin America. All right. So
That's
what do we got, Emily? Talk to us, Emily. Somebody left a message last time. Remember that these streams are like literally for like 20 minutes, and we usually take two listings. We dissect or we audit two listings, and the way we audit them is obviously only through the front end. We can't see the back end. The only back end data that we see is with tools that they are not sponsoring us, so we're not going to mention them until they sponsor us. But unless we have access to your Seller Central, we can't really see the data. We can just have estimates.
absolutely.
Um, and somebody sent a message last time saying, I've been thinking about entering the wood oils niche, and walrus oil is standing out lately. Would love to hear your thoughts on them. So it's not more about an analysis of a product, it's more about the niche itself. Either way, you're going to have competition if you go in. So let's look at one of your potential competitions. Thank you, Emily. Andrew, do you want to start?
Yeah,
Well, the
absolutely.
tanking.
Yeah, they're doing 30K per month approximately. At least this competitor that Valeria mentioned. Um, yeah, I see that here. Bottom line income have increased, but compared from a year of year over year perspective, you can see that um, they've decreased their sales significantly in December. This is what I can see in the sales and the pattern. This is a product that people gift a lot. So it's more like a gift. Usually, when you see that sales are depending in December, it's because people like to gift it.
So by the image stack, if it's a giftable product, which honestly I don't see it based on the images, and I would never think that this is a giftable product,
Yeah,
right? But based on the sales pattern, you're completely right. Why would somebody buy so much oil in December? Maybe
yeah,
they're gifting cutting boards, and they this is part of
yeah.
that gift, right? So that brings me to another thought, a backstory. We were helping a client sell his wallet. I actually have it, still have it. His wallet, and this wallet here it is. It's like this type of wallet, right? So it's like for cards and stuff. And one thing that when we looked at his back end, it was 47% of customers that were buying were actually female. And from that 47%, 90% of them were married. So, I mean, doesn't take, rocket science to understand that they were buying it most likely because they were given as a gift. Once we updated some of that listing with a giftable infographics, you could say, they dude, their sales increased by 12%. They were making pretty good money around that time. So yeah, it's very important to look at the back end data for this and trends. Andrew's completely right. Andrew, what about PPC? What would you do in PPC?
Yeah, so basically, what you're saying is right. So, for example, we've also helped a client who sells cleaning pots for Keurig machines, right? So Keurig machines is another example of what people buy in December, and therefore the cleaning pots, their high season is also December and January. And the reason why is because people usually buy things that are, for example, very seasonal dependent, like, for example, cutting boards, and they buy the complementary product alongside the main product. So in this case, it's not that people are gifting the oil per se, but they might be gifting the cutting board, and either one, people are buying the oil to complement the product or the gift, or people buy it and gift it alongside the cutting board. But it's a complementary product per se. So here, what we usually like to do is to we have two big strategies here. Number one is regarding the PPC. One of the main campaigns that you could be launching is a complementary campaign based on where you can target, for example, other cutting boards, right? And then you can fill their listing, right? With for example, you can see here that it's the other way around. They're targeting the cutting board on the oil, but you would do that um, in reverse. But more importantly, and this is the I think the strategy that's the most profitable, is with DSP. With DSP, there's a good strategy that you can use, which is can target those people bought the who bought the cutting board, and you can tell to Amazon, hey, you know what, I want to target people who bought cutting boards the last 7 days, and then I want to show this ad with the oil, cutting board oil. And with that, you can make significant amount of money. One, because DSP have significantly lowered the CPCs, because not a lot of people are doing it, and you have a new whole niche for targeting that's very likely to buy your product.
Okay, so that brings another question then, right? What if these people don't have, because there are requirements to be able to advertise and use the DSP platform. Am I correct?
I'm sorry. What was
Am
your
I cutting
question?
off?
You have a lot of background noise.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, what's wrong? What's wrong? Audio. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just that you have some background noise.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Question. There are requirements to be able to use DSP, correct? Like, no, it's not like you can just like wake up one day and be able to use DSP. So there are requirements, right?
Correct.
There's a
Correct.
minimum requirement with ad spend, things like that. Can you go through those requirements? And the second question is, if these guys, let's just say these guys, Walrus, oil store, don't meet those requirements, what else can they do if they cannot access? If they go to you like, Andrew, we want to do DSP, but we don't spend, I don't know, $100,000 a month in ads or in a year. What should we do, right? So what would you tell them?
So,
What are the requirements and what should they do?
yeah, so with DSPs, you have two options. You can either do it yourself, which you have to sign a document with Amazon where you commit to spending at least 50K per month in the next year. Um, if you don't have that bandwidth, and that's only for DSP, that's excluding the sponsor ads. So it doesn't matter if you're already spending 100K in sponsor ads, you need to commit to spending 50K in DSP alone. Okay. If that's not the case, you can work with a third party and rent their seat, which you can do by either you can do by either some platforms or some other agencies, like, for
Or
example,
just you?
exactly, that's where I was pointing to. You can also do that with other seats. Like for example, with us, you can tell us, "Hey, Andrew, I want to launch ESP, but I don't have a 50K budget." You can start with 3K, 5K, etc. per month just to
What's the
dip your
minimum? What's the
water.
minimum that they would have to spend at least with you to be able to do DSP with you? Like the minimum, at least for 1 month to try it out.
My recommendation is that you should be spending at least 3K per month because DSP is reliant on audiences, and audiences you need to fill them with data for Amazon to start optimizing the campaigns for you, and to match you with the right audience. So, for example, in this case, where people want to target those who bought in the last 7 days, the cutting boards, Amazon will start looking at you create the audience, but Amazon will start looking. Not everybody who buy the cutting boards um, is alike, you know. So Amazon is going to start filtering and optimizing based on those who are likely to buy the oils after they buy the cutting board. So they might start looking at the past behavior of the audience, of those who like to buy complementary products for the main products, and then they start showing you more to that type of people. So because of that, you need to fill Amazon with data. I'd say at least 3K per month is the bare minimum, but that 3K per month should not represent more than 20% of your sponsor ads advertising.
Hey, Laura, can you please give me a CVR on estimated CVR on this listing, the Walrus listing oil? Yeah. And question, Andrew. I think no, that's all the basic questions I had for you, man. Let me look at the listing again. Emily. Yeah, compare with similar. Can be used for bamboo. Why you might like this? Can it be used on wooden utensils? That's a good question. Look at that. Wooden utensils. Can you click on the wooden utensils one, please?
And doing it, okay, let me see.
Can it be used? Yeah, there you go. Yes, the kind of. So let me see the images. I mean, it's there, but like, fuck. Go to the right.
Yeah, you can see here the icons,
Yeah,
but
but you
it
have to like really see.
yeah, you have to learn. You have to learn to read that like iconography here because it's covering
Like Egyptian
Egypt.
hieroglyphics.
That was what I was gonna say, but I don't know.
Egyptian hieroglyphics. Yeah.
Hieroglyphic,
Let
correct.
me see the other pictures. Guys, you have the sticker in the first four. Like you have the one, two, three, four. Like yeah. Okay, guys, you. All right, you should have. Let me see what's the CVR, Laura. Based just on the front end data that we see, you should have a minimum of what CVR, Laura? Can you share the screen, Emily? Wow, this much? Top of search. Are they top of search? I don't
Yeah, that
think.
yeah, that's assuming in top of search, not necessarily not
Do me.
necessarily. Yeah, but
They don't.
it does make sense. In product pages, of course, it's half. So you usually calculate it assuming top of search.
But this is, and it's not normal season though. It's high season. No.
Right now, it's no. They have like normal season and high season. They don't have bottom season. So
So
bottom season,
if your conversion rate is lower than 24, which should be the minimum, definitely let us, give us a call. By the way, if you want this calculator, you can just send us a DM. We'll send you this calculator, which is just, it's an estimate based on price, review count, review rating or star rating, relevancy, placement, seasonality. Do you have copyrights or patent? So yeah, you should be at least around 20 to 24% minimum. If you're less than 20, there's a problem. We can help you. If you're at 20, great job. We can still help you. It's just gonna make our jobs a little bit easier if your conversion is already high. Okay, do you want to go for the next one? Is there a next one? We got like 10 more minutes left.
Yeah, I think just to finish here or to finish the idea, uh, in terms of for Valerie's question, answering Valerie's question, I'd say that um, this is a niche with high potential, especially because they're not very likely they're not exploiting DSP. I would rely on DSP specifically to beat these type of competitors because it's very easy to make a new niche that is very likely going to buy your product based on just complementary campaigns that you can do. Also, you can do with sponsor ads with, for example, sponsored display, but those campaigns are really not that good, and the CPCs are extremely high compared to what you could do on DSP. And with that, only with that strategy, you would be differentiating yourself, at least in market in from the marketing perspective to the other competitors, which you could make a profitable business. So that would be the main strategy that I would do for these type of products.
I agree with you. You know, when you're already, you have to try new things. There's that saying that supposedly was made by Albert Einstein. Somebody insane is somebody, or the definition of somebody insane is that person that does the exact same thing over and over again and expects different results, right? So you're right. I agree with you. Especially if now there are ways that you don't have to commit $50,000 a month for a whole year, every single month with Amazon, and you can just get it with you at 3K, you know, in ad spend. And that's just ad spend. That's not even what they're paying you.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
All right, next one, because we got like 9 more minutes left.
Yeah, we are on. So we received a comment from Dean. Emily, I think you can put the comments on the screen so that everybody can see the comment while we read it. But he says, "Hey, can you guys compare Brooke Linen versus Martha Stewart?
Well,
Martha, yeah, go ahead.
you're comparing Martha Stewart. That's kind of hard, bro. That's a well-known household name. But let's sure
Yeah,
let's. You would actually be surprised on how many well-known brands are not optimized for Amazon. They're like, no, but we're selling really good. It's not how much you're selling. Obviously, it's important, but it's how much you're leaving on the table as well. You know, like the brand that we work with, our clients, Pink Miracle, they were making 400K a month. I mean, 400K a month is not bad. Like anybody who tells you $400,000 a month from one ASIN is bad, like come on. It's $400,000 every single month from one ASIN, steady for the past like 6 years. It's not bad. So they're like, no, we shouldn't update it because we updated it like not too long ago, like 5 years ago. I was like, well, it's crazy, but they're like, what should we do? We're like, well, I think we should do A, B, and C so we can get to these levels, to these metrics. And we ended up getting for them revenue jump from 400 to like within a month to like 600K, 700K. And then within less than 10 months, less than a year, we got into 1.2 mil, which is obviously insane. So it's not how much you're leaving. Maybe sometimes you're leaving more on the table than you're actually making. Okay, so let's check what your the linen.
yeah, Brooke Linen, lightweight luxury down comforter. Okay, so I see a lot of things here. Just from the first side, I want to mention something here really quick because this is something I see that might have happened with them. Um, which is you can see here, for example, their sales in July 2024, they were selling around 200 per month. They increased here in November, and they increased their bottom line sales significantly in 2025. But you can see here that heading towards 2026, they have decreased significantly. There are two hypotheses of why this might have happened. Number one, um, they might have decreased their rating because they're at 4.2. For a luxury product, 4.2 is extremely bad. That really hurts. We don't really know if that was the case, but there's another case that I want to touch on right now, which is the inventory issues, right? And this is something that I'm not gonna be that I can't stop talking about, because it's really, it's really difficult. It's really bad to see how a business can go downfall and decrease their bottom line sales significantly just because they didn't have a good inventory structure. When you don't plan, when you don't have a good backup strategy as well, when, for example, your supplier is not gonna be meeting your demands, or you have an external demand because your product is not performing good, as you can see here in November 2025, and then you cannot restock, that hurts your business significantly. And then getting it back again is really bad. So that's what happens when you have some amateur sellers or amateur agencies who are running, um, who are helping brand owners with their sales on Amazon, or with their inventory on Amazon, or with their advertising, but they don't consider the inventory performance. You can see that this you can only improve either by increasing your rating, or having actually good images that make the product look premium, because this is luxury. But you can see from the first glance that it doesn't look luxury whatsoever. But I'm gonna leave you here, Rafael, with your ideas on, do you really think this is a luxury product?
It looks good. It looks minimalistic. Minimalistic is usually associated with luxury, but it doesn't look like a $200, $300 bed sheet, right? So if linen is the first thing that they're selling, like that would be the first thing that I would be mentioning. Another thing I wanna add, which you touched based upon, it's the following. People think that one thing's gonna fix your whole Amazon account or your whole Amazon journey sell, but that's not how it works. How it works is that different departments have to work together to be able to improve the listing. So, for example, PPC, which is media ads, media buying. In the real world or the outside world, okay, what agencies do a lot of times is that products or clients go to agencies. I want to advertise this at prime time because this is an X, Y, and Z product, medical product, right? Let's just say it's a medical product. And I want to advertise it at primetime TV. So what agencies do, they go to media buying houses and they buy a set amount of time. Then they go back to their team if they have a production team. If not, they hire a production house or somebody to create a commercial for it. It's not whatever commercial. What a lot of times Amazon sellers do is like, oh, I'm gonna buy media time, which is your PPC, pay per click, right? You're paying every time that announcement commercial is showing, because that's what it is. It's just two things. It's either a still commercial, which is an image, or a moving pictures commercial, which is the video, right? And you can place it in different ways. Amazon tells you bottom of the page, top of the page. You can do retargeting. You can do listing defense. You can do so many things. At the end of the day, you're paying your product to be showcased. Depending what you're doing or where you're showing it, your content has to be different. Another thing is, which Amazon's so beautiful, is that Amazon is middle and bottom of the funnel. It's not top of the funnel. People already know they want to buy. Out of 100 people, 74 end up buying. They might not buy your product, but they buy. Okay, that's just official statistics from Amazon. Every time 100 people go in, 74 buy. Are they going to buy yours? Well, it depends. Like if you have an optimized listing or not. So all these things that Andrew is saying is completely right. Inventory is a big part. What if we have the best PPC, CPC, CVR conversion there? But what if you fall out of inventory, which is what happened to one of our clients that they got a bunch of problems with their inventory, and we didn't hit the target actually that we set out to hit. I'm not gonna say who for NDA purposes, but that really hurt us, which we had no control over, right? So that is completely true. So if you had a bad PPC management, if you have bad creatives, if you have bad inventory, even legal management, all those things have to work together. If they don't work together and one is faulty, it's like a stool. If you have four legs on a stool and one's breaking, you're still gonna fall. So what Andrew's saying, completely right. From the image side, this is beautiful, but like I would look, who's your buyer persona? Who's your top buyer persona? Who has at least a half? Why isn't there a human here that feels the comfort and how soft and beautiful the linen is? Right? Why is it like somebody laying in the bed or like, laying down and the bed sheets flowing or something? Something that I see like, wow, this is worth $300. This is, for me, is worth, no offense, Brooklinen. I'm pretty sure you guys are very successful and you put so much love into this. This shows me that this is worth $100. You could say $300. Remember that the medium ticket on Amazon, the average ticket on Amazon is like more. Anything that's more than $50, it's considered a high ticket. I mean, at least since last year, until last year. I don't know now. The economy is going crazy. The medium wage in the U.S. it's like around between 20 and 30. So it's somebody's hour already, more than somebody's hour. So if it's 300 and it's like 10 hours. Yeah, 10 hours. 10 hours of somebody's time to be able to buy this. I would consider it twice before buying it. Oh, Rafa, but that's not our customer. Our customer is not making $20, $30 an hour. Oh, if that's the case, who is your customer then? Well, it's somebody who's making minimum $50 an hour. Okay, what do they do? Are they doctors? Are they nurses? White collars, blue collars, right? So we go down that pipeline. Can you go down, Andrew? Hey, Laura, I know we're over time. Just tell Shally I'll be in that meeting as soon as possible, okay? Thank you. Made for comfort seekers. That's a good image. Why don't you put it on top? So that's another thing, is knowing how to structure the images. For example, this is a great example. We had this client, well, potential client, it's not a client yet, and I'm not gonna say who it is. They sell like 30 mil a year, I think, on Amazon. They're pretty good, and obviously, if they're selling $30 million a year, that's, I mean, they must have a team in place that does a bunch of these creatives and strategies. Strategy is more important than creatives, guys, by the way. Strategy is the most important thing. Thinking is the most important. Execution, like, sometimes it doesn't really matter. But strategy is the most important thing. And they reached out to us like, hey, we want to improve this. We're like, well, your conversion rate is not that bad. So yeah, we want to be better. I said, okay, well, we should do A, B, and C. They're like, we really don't see it. So the next meeting, we're like, okay, well, we'll develop a new plan to showcase what we would do. The next meeting, we showed up. This is beautiful. Why is this not up there? The next meeting, what we did is that this is also beautiful. What we did is we grabbed their listing. We went to this A/B polling site. We created new images we updated some of their images, but we restructured already the images that they had, and we ran a test. Like, which product would you buy for X, Y, and Z? And we ended up winning 70-30. Just with the same images, we tweaked them a little bit, obviously, to point out the right message. But that's the point, having a good strategy. So all these things you should also, and this is not a premium, right? They don't have this is just a normal A plus content, if I'm not mistaken, Andrew.
Yeah, it's basic A plus content, but
Yeah.
but
So
you can they
images are
have
good.
good images. They're just not using them on the listing. It doesn't make sense at all.
And not just that, it's like maybe they're not even transmitting this. Well, if you have these images, why don't you just translate them to or convert them to premium A plus content? You know? Like,
Absolutely, I agree. I agree. I think there's a
it's a
lot.
lack of support in the team, lack of hands, lack of human of bandwidth. Reach out to us. We'll help you out.
Yeah, another thing that you um, you spoke about, which is regarding the, for example, strategies. You can see that they've had a flat strategy. Like literally when it was launched in 2024. So ever since they launched, they've just have a flat strategy. You can see here, for example, you asked us to compare it with Martha. Big brands usually also use price as leverage to, you can see here, for example, the price changes to compete with other brands, to keep up with the market, and to protect their bottom line sales, as you can see here, and also to protect their inventory, by the way. That's also something that you can use to sometimes slow down the sales when you have some stock issues. You can see, for example, they have limited time deal. They're also not uh, not cheap. You can see 120 bucks, but they do try to make it look, for example, what's inside, what makes it really soft. You can see here this type of image. What is exactly how this works? So
I,
this is another product where and this is I think so, for example, for products where you need some senses aside from the visual sense, images become more crucial than ever. So for example, this you claim that it is soft, but you cannot feel it. Like people are not in retail feeling if it is actually soft, of how soft it is for them to buy the product. So it requires a whole different strategy. It requires videos. It requires images that show, they can compare how soft it is for people to actually grasp the idea and to be convinced that it is it is what they're looking for.
like for example, we did this with the clients. It's a completely different industry, but I think it also applies to a theory to it, which is he was selling organic natural supplements that help reduce kidney stones. Obviously on Amazon you cannot state this helps you to solve kidney stones. You cannot be flagged before you even click upload, right? So you can't do that. You can't even run ads. But what if you grab a your kidney, you take out a stone out of your kidney, you put you take out the bottle, and then this dissolves, right? You're basically saying, hey, this helps to solve this stone without like think of Charlie Chaplin type of strategy, right? I'm a filmmaker guy, so I always kind of reference to like filmmakers and stuff. That analogy or that metaphor is that what you need to do with these people, like maybe have a feather, like just falling down, like wow, maybe have a breeze, right? So try to connect it with what other people already have felt of experience in their day-to-day life, or they know they can relate to already. Like I saw this documentary about this woman that was trying, always been blind, and her husband was trying to show her how to feel different colors. It's like blue could be cold, could be water, red could be hot, fire, etc. Right? So yeah, that's I think that's it for today, man. With 33 minutes, yeah, we're over the time. We got a bunch of meetings. Let's keep doing this. I like this. Well, tomorrow's another day, right? Yeah, tomorrow we're doing it again.
Yeah, we are. I think same hour.
Okay. Yeah, send me the invite. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, people can leave some comments tomorrow and see what we can do for them. Let me see. Oh, there's a bunch of people who left the comments. Lol. Okay, cool. Any questions, Andrew, Laura, Emily? No.
No, I think I just wanna because I cannot go I cannot leave without just saying this, which is something that you mentioned regarding the strategy and why it's important to have a good complete team. There are some cases where some sellers invest tons of money on patents. You know, they invest more than 30K, 50K, only to have a patent, which is
A what?
great because it makes your market a patent.
Oh, patent. Okay.
A
Yeah.
patent. It's good because you have something that can protect your market, but patents alone will not protect your market. You need to have a legal team behind you looking at other sellers who are trying to replicate you for you to copyright strike all of the other competitors who are going to try to copy you.
And also,
Otherwise, you just lost a tons of money.
and also like I've seen this happen over and over again to people like selling a new idea, guys, that people don't understand that they have, and you have to raise awareness for them. Is so freaking expensive, so freaking expensive. Like, let's just say that you're gonna sell a powder that you can add to your eye drops to have more protein in your eye. I don't freaking know. I'm inventing something right now. Maybe this could be a product. How do you tell people that don't even know that this exists to buy it? Through advertisement, right? Like, create awareness around it. Top of funnel strategy. That is so expensive. So you're already in like 50K and just doing a patent. Great. Now you have to spend way more money just making the people aware of this product. So he's right. Like, I'm not saying don't get a patent. Obviously, if you need one to get it, it's yours. But defending the patent is also expensive.
Absolutely,
And they're
it
still
is.
gonna copy in China. Listen, like they're still gonna copy in China. I read this article from this seller saying like the patent system is broken. We're just literally giving the foreign companies who don't respect our system and don't respect laws a guide on how to make our product. We're literally giving them a manual.
Yeah,
So you're like,
absolutely.
oh shit, yeah. It's like this. Have you seen this YouTube video or TikTok video of this guy in China that says like, hey guys, by the way, all those bags that are Gucci, whatever, we make them here, then we ship in there. We cannot put the logo here. Obviously, that's the only thing. But it's literally the same bag. So if you want to buy it from us, buy it from us. It's the same material. Yada 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 yada. You can look that up on TikTok. It's literally there. So I think it's yeah. I mean, the world we live in. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. All right, I'm out because I have a bunch of meetings.
Well, thank you guys for your questions, Dean, Valerie. Last time, hope you can see this video, and then now, thank you for coming, and see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, you know what? We should have guests. Let's invite a guest next
I
time. Maybe
like that.
yes.
I
Maybe
like
yes.
that.
All right. See you guys. Bye.